I've been practicing family and criminal law for almost 8 years now, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the charge of lewd molestation and how that applies to you, or hopefully it doesn't. Most often, it's the unwanted, unsolicited, unlawful, improper touching of a minor, whether it's your kid, someone else's kid, in a lewd and lascivious manner. Um, Lewd and lascivious manner in this case meaning that it happens, frequently, recurringly, and or in an inappropriate way. The elements of the crime, the definition of the crime, it's pretty cut and dried. Any sort of inappropriate touching, regardless of your motivation, regardless of whether or not you got any sort of like gross gratification out of it, it just cannot be done. It cannot be done. It should not be done. And if it is getting done, you're probably going to be facing charges for that. There's ways that it can be defended, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a slam dunk guarantee that you can defend these cases. And they're tricky because if you're dealing with kids, then it's going to be harder to put on your defense. There's extra steps that are put in place specifically to protect children from having to testify in these types of situations. So I realize that this is probably the biggest no-brainer piece of legal advice I could ever give in my life. But just don't touch kids. Like don't even like get near that line. If you're playing with them, roughhousing, wrestling, whatever, stay as far away from that line as you can possibly get. And if you even have the slightest question of whether or not it is or is not appropriate, just don't do it. It's not worth it. You don't want to pick up this charge. It's not fun to fight. And ultimately, it's going to make your life a living nightmare in the interim.